Simon Miller here from What Culture Wrestling, and look at this. Look at it. We are live from Los Angeles, staring out over the Los Angeles cityscape, looking at it and thinking about Grand Theft Auto, and also kind of thinking it looks really fake. Just don't know why that is, but you look at LA, you're like, I don't understand how this is even real. I don't understand how I'm here, but I'm very appreciative of it. So you've seen the title once again, and today we are going to talk about WWE losing its mind. Why? Here's why. Now, it's not actually going to go in the direction that you think. We've kind of made another video where we touch on this, so make sure you check that out too. But a lot of people do feel like WWE have lost their mind based on the main event of WrestleMania, when Cody Rhodes lost and Roman Reigns won. I think, I should have mentioned this before, I think Cody Rhodes is a genius because he would have known, I don't want to spoil wrestling here, but he would have known that he was losing. And he still decided to come out with that belt with all the company names on it. And obviously you had the Brody family there, -1, and he gave the belt to the king. He did all of it. Everything was set up to make you believe he was going to win. And let's not for a second pretend that he didn't think this through and go, I know what we can do. So he's a genius as far as I'm concerned. And as I keep saying, I love him very much. Now, I don't actually mind WWE deciding to have Roman Reigns win. I'm happy to give it 3, 4, 5, 6 months to see where we get. They're clearly obsessed with this record. And sure, if you feel like you've put the time in and you actually can't take the championships off him, because once you do that, you can't undo it, right? It stands to reason, and you want to see it through. Actually ties into a prediction I made months ago, because it was quite clearly meant to be The Rock versus the Roman Reigns. The Roman Reigns, that's what I'm calling him now, The Roman Reigns. And The Rock was never going to win that match, and if anybody had pitched for The Rock to win that match, it would have been absolutely obscene. So you'd have to have figured that WWE had planned somewhere, even if they were in a vault, where Roman continues to hold the title. And I was like, well, I guess if Cody is the person, is the alternate, is the substitute, maybe, just maybe, that's what we would do. And so that's what we did. But here's why I think, when we're talking about WWE losing its mind, here's where I do think there is a little snippet of truth in it. Who the hell does Roman Reigns face now? There's no more opponents, right? Genuinely. Drew McIntyre, could have done it there, we didn't do it. Sami Zayn, could have done it there, didn't do it. Finn Balor, Bryan Danielson, Edge. There'll be other people that I'm not thinking about right now. And Brock Lesnar, of course, but that was a bit different because it was kind of back and forth. But there's so many people. And when you actually decide, okay, what do we do now? Now, a lot of people are pushing for, especially, oh my gosh, one of my mates, the casual fan, he keeps going, I know what's going to happen. He's going to have a feud with Jimmy and Jey Uso. One of them is going to win the championship. Now, that may happen. That's not a SummerSlam match, or it could be a pay-per-view match, but they're just not going to do it. As much as I would love Jey Uso to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns for the championships, if WWE didn't do it with Cody Rhodes and everybody else, I don't believe they're going to do it with Jey Uso, even though, again, I would absolutely love it. I think it would be great, and I think it would be something different. And you can do a program with Solo Sikoa too, but once again, do I think they're going to put the championships on him? No. And actually, Solo Sikoa is so good, I don't think you want to put him in a position, I mean, it's not as crazy as the Jinder Mahal one, but you want to build him up. He should be winning Intercontinental Championships and US Championships, and he should separate from the bloodline. Then he should beat Jimmy, then he should beat Jey. And actually, he can probably beat Roman once Roman has already lost the belts. And I don't think it affects him at all. I think actually, helps him keep going. So even if we did decide to do feuds within the bloodline itself, they're not going to beat the person, as far as I'm concerned, to beat Roman for the title. And you start looking around and you're like, well, I guess you could go back to Kevin Owens, but no, not really. So we're repeating that, and we've done it with Sami Zayn. And let's say you bring up a Bron Breakker, right? Bron Breakker tonight. Cody Rhodes is going to have a mystery partner. If you're watching this after the fact, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Matt Riddle, but we'll speculate here. Let's say that it is a Bron Breakker, and Bron Breakker gets into a feud with Roman Reigns. Even though I'm sure on many levels there are higher ups within the company that have decided that he should be the chosen one, they don't do stuff like that. It would be 1 year, maybe even 2 years before they put him into the position. So it's not going to be him. So what do? Bring Goldberg back? No, it's going to annoy everyone. I don't want to do that. Bray Wyatt, we don't know what he's doing at the moment. But again, Roman's kind of never tangled with him per se in this role. But in his previous incarnation, he did. And I don't really think there's anything to that. Maybe a Seth Rollins. But the only reason Seth Rollins works is because they had that match at the Royal Rumble and it was a DQ. And Seth likes to do this on the internet, on social media, remind you that, well, I'm actually probably should get my shot. And he should at some stage. But I don't think they're going to make Seth Rollins the guy. So that's why I think WWE has lost its mind, because we don't have any new feuds to do. And unless there's somebody out there that I've totally forgotten about, look, would I absolutely love it if Jay White appeared on the Raw after WrestleMania and got put straight into the main event scene against Roman Reigns? You absolutely better would. If Backlash, and I don't think this is going to happen, by the way, I think this is pie in the sky ideas. This is the stuff that we write on Reddit, but it's still very fun. If Backlash was going to be headlined by Jay White versus Roman Reigns, I'm buying that show. I mean, that means nothing. I buy it anyway. I wouldn't even buy it. I subscribe to the network. What am I doing? Just wasting my money. But seriously, there is a idea out there that maybe one of the reasons Cody Rhodes didn't win at WrestleMania is because he went out there, smashed the throne, and started AEW. It's like when Brock Lesnar came back. Well, Brock, we will push you, but you were a bad boy 10 years ago, so now you must lose to John Cena and you must lose to Triple H. Look at what happened to Sting, right? Even if Jay White comes in for a main event program, he ain't winning the Undisputed Championships. Now, I disagree with that line of thinking. I think you should do that. Let's make stars. I think making stars is the best thing ever. When Roxanne Perez gets called up, I think she has so much good babyface energy. I mean, maybe not right now because Rhea can't lose and Bianca Belair has that same presence about her. But that's what I would do. I'd wait till there's an opportunity and just go there. Go nuts, become a massive star, because people would buy into that. So that's why I think it is a very confusing thing to do. And we are now running the risk too of, doing this finish too much. Because even if you do bring in one of those people that I've talked about, and you do the Uso, Solo Sikoa running thing, people will start to groan and moan and do all those things that wrestling fans do. So seriously, if you can think of anyone that it has to be a viable contender, you can't do the stupid stuff that I do and go, Mantar in the company right now, as like 1996 or whatever it was. If you can come up with someone genuinely that's on the roster right now that you think would be a legitimate threat to Roman Reigns and one that you would buy into, I want you to drop it in the comments, because honestly, it's harder said than done. Like, you can even go sort of into that B playing field where people can start being pushed, like a Street Profits, right? You could, I don't want to break up Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, but you can finally say, Montez Ford, we're now going to give you the big push. But just copy and paste what I've already said. Montez has to win the US belt or the IC title. He has to kind of make his way up. Gunther is not the worst shout in the world, but Gunther, I think a super babyface has to be the guy to dethrone Roman. And I know people get behind Gunther at these big shows at WrestleMania. He was super duper over, but I don't think it would carry the same satisfaction that you need in terms of what you're trying to achieve. So in that sense, yes, I do think that WWE has lost its mind a little bit, but I'm enjoying the fact that I don't want to say they took a risk, because I would imagine this is probably the easy choice they could have made. And all I need is give me, within 6 months' time, as long as Cody Rhodes is the champion, as long as Cody Rhodes has finished his story, and as long as we can go back to 2016 and always remember that Cody Rhodes bet on himself and went out there, started a rival promotion, and was still able to return to become the WWE champion, I'm a happy panda. I tell you the worst thing we could do. We get to the Raw after WrestleMania, whichever Raw. Out comes Triple H and he goes, I'm going to create a new title. He just gives it to Cody. Can you imagine the end? Which did happen, new wrestling fans. Go back and see what Eric Bischoff did with the World Heavyweight Championship and Triple H. Just got out of a briefcase and gave it to him like it was some kind of business transaction. It was absolutely terrible. But I don't have to worry about that now. That was old Simon's problem. So please, I genuinely want your opinions down there. Who does Roman Reigns feud with now? You can say Cody, you can say Sammy, you can say Kevin. Of course, there's more stories to tell within that universe. But in the short term, you absolutely have to come up with someone new. You do. You got to keep things fresh. Otherwise, people absolutely will have fatigue. So I appreciate you once again. Make sure you check out all our WrestleMania content. There's a bunch of it. A lot of it is absolutely true chaos. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. I am going to be getting those comments and seeing what you have been saying, because I want information too. I want predictions. I want speculation. Enjoy your day, my friends. Hey, enjoy your week. Enjoy your month. Enjoy your life. Just make sure you wake up every day with a smile on your face. Because look, one day you could be in damn Los Angeles. Maybe you're watching this in LA right now. I don't know. I turned off Find Your Phone. Goodbye.